Hi everyone. Um, Welcome to this recording. I don't know whether to call it a vlog, a check-in, or what, but I'm starting a new series which is talking to the process I'm going through of building a new life, moving from a corporate career to running a business. The backdrop of that is that I was retrenched last year from my job, and upon the retrenchment, I started seeing my life coach, whom I had seen before when I attempted a previous transition from corporate to business. So it's always been in my heart to transition out of corporate. I did not have ambitions to be a corporate CEO, corporate executive. I've always known that I'm called to start something. But also because I started working at a young age and I was forced to start fending for myself from the age of 18, I learned pretty quickly about the power of money, of having your own money. And because for a bulk of my adulthood, for almost 30 years, I have relied on a corporate salary to finance my life. The attempts and thoughts of going on my own and starting a business have been very hard. I then had the idea that I would start it after having children because I had my first child, fell pregnant with my first child at 29, 30. And I had romanticized the whole notion of juggling a career and being a parent and then also getting married. And I faced very quickly the realities of raising a child, especially away from your support system. I moved to another city away from my family of birth and friendship circles and my support structures, and had to just survive with a child, with a career, hire help, and support a spouse who was an entrepreneur who's traveled a lot and had businesses all over. And it just proved very hard. And the more children I had, the more it proved harder and harder and harder. And the more financial responsibilities I had, which made me realize that either I'm wrong and I'm not called to start my own business, or I just need to reconfigure my life differently. So I've had a couple of career sabbaticals to try and figure it out, come up with the best solution, and I've not cracked it. I've tried it, and while the career sabbaticals were wonderful, but financial pressure would push me back to a corporate gig, one shape or another, whether it's a contract or a consulting or a permanent work opportunity. And I'm grateful for all those opportunities and that I had chosen a career that made it very not so difficult to go back. But also, I realized the older I got, the workplace has become more competitive. Companies are hiring younger people, and that now was a new reality that I had to face, that I'm no longer young and I no longer had that elasticity that I had with my career before. So, this retrenchment, I think, was not necessarily the final nail in the coffin, but sort of felt like it was for my normal career go back and forth. But I was saying to my coach that what makes this painful is that I didn't prepare for it. Like, I didn't budget to be going out on my own. It is happening at the worst time because I've just finished building a house. still have to pay off some of the credit card debts that I had accumulated in addition to paying off a bond or a mortgage. So, and with three kids, I just left their father. I'm on my own. And while does support the kids, it's different when you're carrying the load of the breadwinner title while actively parenting and doing a lot of the things on your own, including cooking and doing all the family responsibilities, helping kids with homework, spending quality time with them, etc., and also looking after myself. Now, I got thrown into a situation where, on top of all of this, I'm on a very steep learning curve. I'm learning a lot of new skills and doing a lot of research. And while all of that is exciting, somehow my life needs to be funded. And so I did not budget for the deconstruction phase of my career slash finances. There are so many good lessons coming from this season, but I must say, I do feel that my life, my financial life, I've just watched it crumble. I've watched my career crumble in front of me. It has been feeling like a deconstruction. I know I'm going to build amazing things from this, and the signs are there, the promises of God are there. I've started doing very good work, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's taking a while. And again, I'm putting myself out there to try and salvage what's left of my finances and my career and look for a, a contract opportunity, freelancing opportunity to fund daily life because the coffers are dry and things are just not panning out the way I thought they would. So I'm doing this recording just to also bring to reality while the notion of starting over sounds very romantic and nice. It is hard, okay? And I don't want to sell people a lie. I think I always look back on how my perceptions of marriage and starting a family, I had a romanticized view of what it was going to be like. But the hardships of what I had to go through in those roles, while my intent in both roles was where intentions were very honorable, but the work that I had to put in was very, very hard. And so sometimes I wish someone had told me, but sometimes I wish someone had not told me. I'm glad, that element of ignorance is bliss, because then I might have been scared off by knowing too much at the beginning. But I just have to make this recording because I was inspired by the message I was listening to this morning from Torrey Roberts. Sorry, let me just go this way. So he said, oftentimes, before there can be construction, a new beginning, there has to be deconstruction. So I feel like that's what I'm going through. And I guess I'm recording this to encourage anyone who is going to start over. I can't lie to you. I think, like I'm going to use the analogy of building a new building because I recently went through that. Even if you are not demolishing an existing structure on the land where you will be building, you have to prepare the soil, you have to get rid of wild vegetation that had grown there, the wrong soil that was there. You have to do a lot of work, you have to dig. And so before you even put in your foundations, there's some deconstruction that has to happen, before you can get your new structure there. And deconstruction is not easy to go through. In California, in the US, they've had the fires now in January for the past 2 weeks, and to watch people watch their homes crumble to nothing and then they have to go back to what's remaining debris of their lives. It was very hard for me to watch, and I can imagine for them to go through. But I could feel that indirectly I was going through the same thing, you know, with my life. I know that God's going to build something beautiful. And so I'm going to end this with just that hope that I do believe that the construction is coming and it's going to be beautiful. But right now, I wanted to sit in the pain of the deconstruction and acknowledge it, because I can't shove it under the carpet and pretend like it's not happening. So that's why I'm recording this. Thank you for listening. Stay strong. It won't last forever. You will come out of it.